Hello, everybody, and welcome to our session at the Pimcore Inspire. I am Sebastian from DGTLS, and it's a pleasure for me to do the introduction part today. But before we start right into it, let me first introduce ourselves. We are DGTLS. We are golden Pimconauts of the first hour, about 90 passionate digitals from Munich, Traunstein, Vienna, and Barcelona. I brought 5 of them today, and together we will guide you through the session. Cool, care, and camp. Today we will show you 3 different cases in 3 different industries: Wolf, Caritas, and Roadsurfer. Different as hell, but one star in common: Pimcore, including CMS, PIM, DAM, and Commerce. But now it's time to hand over to Albert. He will present you the first case, Wolf. Have a lot of fun.
Welcome to the Pimcore Inspire. My name is Albert Müller and I'm the lead developer of the Wolf project. Wolf, what is it? Wolf is one of the world leading suppliers for heating and air conditioning systems. Our task was to create a multi-domain, multi-language platform for corporate websites and landing pages. To build up a highly scalable system for different application areas, which then aggregate together in one system, from corporate website, My Wolf dealer portal, shops, knowledge base, football VIP lounge booking tool, to many more. This is an overview of the Wolf output channels. For example, global site search, product finder, translation management, and many more. As you can see, it's possible to cover a lot of imaginations with Pimcore. Of course, there are also several API integrations in the pipeline, as we see here. For example, the Azure user login. We are also connecting the Elastic Cloud for the global site search. We are importing products from SAP and export the orders to SAP. And also we are using an CSV import and Excel import, or export the data as PDF, Excel or CSV. We have picked out a few topics from many, which we will now show you in more detail. Let's have a look to the storybook integration. The project itself contains various skins. All types of elements can be used on all skins, and it can be maintainable, for example, as an external package on GitHub. As an example, we see here an organism. This contains an image, a headline, text, and a button. This organism contains one or more molecules. A molecule in turn consists of individual atoms, seen here as a button. The storybook makes it possible for us to globally change complete the elements that are used multiple times without an adjustment on every single place in the template. How does it work? We're using Pimcore as data source, preparing all editables which were maintained by the editor in the Pimcore backend. This data will be converted via a value object handler into an object and passed to the frontend template. The access service. The access service is an individual extension to assign roles to logged in users. Starting from a service, the service contains a set, the set contains a feature, and the feature contains a right. Different roles are defined on the right. This extension, based on the Symfony voter, allows us to control what a user can see or have access. With drag and drop in the Pimcore backend, the editor can lock a page by a service, assign bricks and snippets to a right, or assign individual elements with the service, set, feature or right. Multi-shop system. The first shop's already live. We use CoreShop here to get out more of e-commerce. We have developed a multi-country and multi-language shop scope, which is using Pimcore and SAP as data source. A special is that several different shops can exist under one site. Currently in progress is a market warehouse concept that allows to split the orders, working with mixed cards, fulfillment status, purchase order, and many more. In the screenshot we see here product with a quantity of 20 in the cart, and it allows us to split this in 2 orders and 2 packages from different storages. Who is interested, please follow the further development of CoreShop on GitHub. It's free and open source. Let's get to the point what our client thinks about Pimcore. What was the decisive reason from our client to use Pimcore? It fulfills the real one-in-one system, including PIM, multi-domain management, e-commerce, CRM, and much more. It is adaptable to every company needs. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed it and have fun into the insight of the following project. Bye.
Thank you, Albert, for your part. This was really impressive. And now, Cartier and I will show you our client Caritas. Caritas is one of the biggest social charities in Germany, and we are very proud to work for one of their associations. It's called Caritas München-Freising, and also it's the biggest in Germany. Caritas in Germany, if you don't know it, is working for the social system. That means they are taking care of children, of olders, of people with disabilities, and a lot of stuff around it. This is only a small part what Caritas is all doing in our society. And we had a big impact on their visibility on the web, because they had the problems that all their 350 facilities were not be able to be found on Google, because they were all organized under one domain. And we created together with the team on Caritas, we call it hyper-local optimized system. So every single facility gets its own website, its own domain, and has ability to bring in data to this website. But I'm very sure my colleague Kati will now bring in some more information, more deep insights. And at the end, we would like to have a short chat with you. If you have any questions, just use the chat and type in some questions. This would be very nice. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Sebastian, for that great introduction to our client Caritas, which is obviously our care client, since it plays such an important role in society. So I'm right now going a bit more into detail into the Caritas website setup, because it's very unique in the way it is built, since actually the Caritas platform consists of 350 independent but yet correlated individual websites. So every Caritas institution in Bavaria actually has or gets its own individual website, which is very unique in a way that before there was one big website for the whole Caritas association, and a facility might only had one subpage to present what they are offering and what makes them unique. And in order to focus on a very hyper-local aspect, and in order to strengthen the Caritas presence on a very regional and local basis, we decided together with our clients to actually build up an own website for every single facility. So this sounds quite costly and quite time consuming and might not be the easiest thing to do, but actually it really helped strengthen the hyper-local presence and also the Google ranking for every single institution, which give them a unique visibility in their region, and which worked very well. So how did we build the platform in order not to be so expensive and still keep it very quick and easy to build new websites? So actually, as I already said, it is kind of a mix of individual and standardized content for each website, which kind of makes it quick and easy to build a new website. And just going a bit more into detail on how this Caritas platform actually looks like in the backend, or how did we do in order to be able to build those websites even without development effort anymore, very quick, and give also the facilities the opportunity to get their own content on the website without having a big Pimcore or backend training, and getting as many people on board as possible, and keeping the core team very small, also in order to reduce costs at Caritas side. So actually here Pimcore really shows once again its strength of scalability, and also its ability to automate structured data and display those data on individual websites. So actually we have 350 sites in Pimcore in one backend, which is quite a lot, which is actually a site for each facility, but also we have some regional sites which gather different facilities, and we also have a job platform and a donation platform, which all lay in the same backend, and also many landing pages which can be built quick and easily on every particular topic Caritas might think of. For instance, next year they celebrate 100 years Caritas Bavaria, so it's really quick to get a known webpage only for that purpose. So in that Pimcore backend, we actually have quite different types of contents, which might be unique or might be standardized for the different websites. So we have, for instance, news, we have specific facility content, we have jobs, and we have offers which might be used by more than one facility, and which might be consistent throughout the whole Caritas institution. We also have those portals and regional sites which might use all the news and all the jobs and all the offers Caritas has to offer and wants to display that on the website. But we don't want to have every institution to fill in their own content, and might even risk to have duplicate content on all the websites. So that's why we built kind of a unique structure. So we created a master template which can be used by all the facilities, and which is always used to set up a new website, and this includes automized bricks. So actually, in order to generate a new facility website, we only copy this master template. We relate a document property to it, which actually links one specific facility object. And in this object, the facility can fill in all its content, its individual content, and it will be displayed automatically on this master template. And all the standardized content will also be automatically displayed on the master template, which then ends up to be the facility website. What's maybe also important to mention is once this website is built based on the master template, the facility themselves have the possibility to edit the content via a custom backend or custom front end, however you want to call it, which is web data. So they don't need to access the huge Pimcore backend, with 350 sites, but they can only log in for their individual website and only edit their own content, which is displayed on their website via a very user-friendly platform, which doesn't even require big training, so everyone can log in and just edit their content. And this is only possible because we structured the content for those 350 websites in a way that it's so structured that is actually the same but still individual for all the institutions. So yeah, so via this platform the facility can then add like specific content like news or events, or edit contact persons and cost tables. But for the general content, we actually get this standardized automated export or visuals of the data. So the facility doesn't really need to take care of that. And yeah, it's a very simple way. It was only a one-time technical effort, and now it's very easy without dev support to actually build new websites and also to customize websites, and it's all done automated. And also we are generating the job detail pages on the single facility websites domains, which especially strengthens the domains from a SEO perspective. So what was our key learning in the project? So the key for building such an automated system is a clean and structured data setup, which was one of the main goals to achieve before the project could actually start, and which was actually a pain in the ass. Nevertheless, right now the support team who is responsible for initially setting up the websites for the facilities, as well as the facilities themselves, can now create and edit new sites in a very fast and easy way. So actually this pain in the ass was actually so worth it, since this automated content delivery processes make it possible to work fast and cost sensitive. And in the end, every Caritas institution will have their own website with their own domain and a flat navigation. They are all optimized, they are all local, regional and national present, and give a visibility of the hyper-local services of the Caritas in the World Wide Web. As far also for the important recruiting process of the Caritas, we were able to establish a nearly one face to the customer way, since through our solution for the job websites and job integration on the facility websites, a potential employee is directly guided to the recruiting system in one flow without even noticing that he leaves the website. So yeah, that was our Caritas case. If you have any question, feel free to write us in the chat, and I will hand over to Christoph to present the Roadspot case.
Thank you. My name is Christoph, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about our customer Roadsurfer and our project spots.roadsurfer.com. So what is Roadsurfer? Roadsurfer is one of the biggest campervan experts in Europe, maybe in the future also the world. And the whole idea is to be, on the one hand, obviously the campervan expert, but on the other hand, also show the customers again the possibilities and the special feeling of being on the road in a campervan and having special and unique experiences. The whole project, spots.roadsurfer.com, is a booking platform that basically gives the possibility for customers to book their camper site, but also offers possibilities for landowners to offer their objects, the possibilities, and manage their spots. And that is something very special because it didn't exist before. That's on the one hand, but also it gives a complete new possibility and option to have a whole uniqueness and the whole possibilities of the platform. In the end, Roadsurfer Spots acts as an intermediary between two parties, obviously. On the one hand, location providers or suppliers, and on the other hand, people who are looking for a nice spot. Yeah. So the whole task was to have a maximum automated booking and payout to the provider. That's on the one hand. But obviously, on the whole other hand, being a unique platform and giving all the possibilities that people are used to from other platforms that probably, or for example, are used for booking apartments or houses, etc. So this whole thing started as a really small platform in an agile setup. I remember the first conversation where we just talked about the possibilities and asked which system we would suggest, for example. And but back then, the first thing we remembered was basically to say, Pimcore is capable of basically everything what they need. So what did we do? We started in a very MVP setup in 1 month, and we had the first, let's say, platform that actually was where you were able to book it, where the provider were able to insert the spots, etc. And that was, I mean, just amazing, because it actually just started, and 1 month later we had a functionality where we could have gone online directly. Of course, we started adapting things and made them even better and optimized them. And then after, I think it was 8 or 9 weeks, we were actually live. And that was such a success and such a great feeling, because it was not a discussion rounds or anything like it. Was just doing them, just doing it and then adapting and the consequences. And the good thing about it is Pimcore is capable of doing that. Pimcore helps you basically to structure yourself. Pimcore helps to solve things quickly. And in the end, we also knew that Pimcore wasn't a problem in the end when we had to scale, because we know Pimcore is capable of doing that. And that's where we then started after a few months and noticed we have to scale and to growth. And that was something that was for us just truly inspiring, because we knew we started quickly and now we had the possibility to scale, and we didn't have to start over and over again. We just knew it was going to work. And as we said before, the whole idea is to be the platform for booking of camper sites in the future. And now, as you can read, basically, the good thing about it is that we're using Pimcore in its complete width and strength. We're using the CMS, the DAM, we're using the PIM and the e-commerce, but also we are using it as a complete booking management. We're using it as a CRM, and we integrated Power BI in a real quick way, and it's working amazingly. And we also inserted the payment provider Adyen, that actually helps to keep track of everything and doing the whole booking thing and the payout in a quite smart way. But let's go to the facts. We have now up to 123 confirmed bookings per host in the first season. That means that one host has up to 123 bookings in one season. One season means the summertime, basically. A little bit before, a little bit afterwards, but that's quite interesting. Then we're having spots in more than 20 countries, in different countries. In Europe right now, the idea is obviously scale. Therefore, we have many different languages. We're going to talk about that a little bit later too. We have over 5,000 customers. In the first glance, that might sound a little less, but just imagine 5,000 per a certain amount of confirmed bookings, certain nights, etc. It's quite amazing, actually. And that is a truly inspiring number for us. It's over 30,000 automated email notifications to hosts and guests within only 9 months now. That means that basically the whole communication and the discussions between hosts and guests are automated very far. And especially the whole thing about payment, arriving, leaving, etc. is completely automated. Then also quite interesting, we have automated translation of the spots into 5 languages, meaning you insert them in your native language and it gets translated automatically in 5 other languages, more to come in the future. Then also the chat for direct communication between hosts and guests is completely integrated into Pimcore. Then we have the automated cancellation policy and refund to the guests, meaning if a cancellation happens, all the possibilities that you might think of are thought of and automated, and the refund to the guests is also automatically. So the provider doesn't have to do anything, or even the back office team of our customer. And last but not least, just for you as an information, the whole automated payment to the host. So meaning from arriving there, payment for the booker, and then payment to the provider, everything is automatically done. And that helps, obviously. I mean, for now, the bookings we just mentioned, that could be done manually, but we all know where the whole story and the whole journey is going. And we do know that we are talking about many bookings and many payments, and therefore it's very important to have that whole thing automated, because the whole idea behind it is having a platform who does a lot of it by itself. So just to show you a little bit how it looks like and where we're heading, this is Roadsurfer Spots, what you can see right now on the screen. The front end is quite simple, structured, but still gives you the feeling of why we're doing this. It's not about just going somewhere, as I said before, in a camper site with hundreds or thousands of other people. It's about being unique, having a traveling experience that is just unique and special. Of course, you can see the spots and how we're getting there, even more spots in the future, and it's rising and growing, and that's really nice to see. Also, you can see, of course, the detailed spots pages, and also the backend, just to get a feeling what, for example, in this case, Susanne can see her bookings and the accommodation skills and specialties on for the whole spots topic. And you can see the possibilities when you can book something and the whole availability, which is adapted automatically. And so what is special about this whole thing? And just to tell you something about the whole topic, cool, care, and camp. We mentioned it at the beginning. The connection between cool, care, and camp in our case is Pimcore. But the very important thing that we want to mention here is that those whole three projects wouldn't have been possible without Pimcore. And that is something that is very important for us, and also tell here at the Inspire of Pimcore. We all know how great Pimcore is and how amazing Pimcore can find solutions and solve problems. But if you just listen to the last three projects we just mentioned here with Wolf, Cool, Caritas Care, and Roadsurfer Camp, is that they are so different, but in the end, very complex. And there is no other system on the market that can actually solve those three so different topics in such a elegant way, and also knowing that we do not have to change everything in the future. We can just keep on adapting and scaling it and getting bigger with the projects and adapting them, because we just know that we have a system that actually knows how to deal with a lot of data, a lot of rights and roles issues, different expectations from PIM to shop to CRM. And that is just something truly amazing. And we hope that we were able to show you basically how different projects can be, how special projects can be, but our Pimcore always finds solutions. So thanks for your time. Thanks for listening. And as we said always, the stars, the space is not enough. And we're ready for new challenges. So let's conquer the spaces or new spaces. And thanks to Pimcore for being who you are and helping us with all this amazing projects. Thanks a lot. Take care.